What's going on, my breakthrough broker friends? Dr. Bruce back in the saddle, better than ever. Very excited to be joining you this week to go through what I call turn your mess into your message, right? One of the biggest challenges that I see a lot of people have as solopreneurs is going out there and really being able to differentiate, to go out there and to not commoditize yourself, to go out there and have more confidence in your pitch. I believe every first conversation is one of the most important parts of our business. So for you as a solopreneur, it falls solely on you every single day to wake up, paint up, spray up, go out there and work on your sales, your service, your marketing, and all this is a mindset. So this week we talk about turn your mess into your message. All right, my friends, let's talk about turning your mess into your message. And when you think about mess, think about this as an acronym. Every single letter has a meaning. So the M stands for your mentors. The E stands for your experience or your education. The S stands for your struggles. And then the last S stands for scriptings. So turn your mess, M-E-S-S, into your message. Now, the reason I think this is so important, and I can speak on this from personal experience, is the schooling system does a pitiful job of helping individuals go out there and find, package, and sell their special. So I want to give you permission to go out every single day and to differentiate, to tell your story, to connect with people on a much deeper level, right? So that's one part that I believe turning your mess into your message is important. The other part of this is just overcoming the commodity trap. Right? The commodity trap is we all work in commoditized industries. A commodity is simply a good or a service that is needed, but it becomes very saturated. And because of that, it becomes very competitive and a lot of times driven based on price. So there are more of us than ever before out there. So therefore, the consumer is taught from a behavioral sciences standpoint, from a consumer behavior standpoint, to drive down the cost because they think they can get you anywhere. And so that's why this is so important for you to be in direct alignment with every first conversation. You should align with them. So when I teach this concept, it's before I tell you what I do, let me tell you what I believe, and let me tell you why I believe it because of my unique past and my struggles and my experiences and my mentors, right? That mess part of it. And I would coach you, don't suppress the past, celebrate it. That's what makes you who you are. And that is what will make you vulnerable. And that is what will make you sympathize and empathy towards others, and other will have that in return to you. So this is a big reason for you to be in direct alignment. Now, another part of this is when you're sharing some of these experiences, and I'll share some of mine here in a couple minutes, but when you're sharing this with other people, it should evoke emotion in you. So when you talk about certain mentors that you've had in your life, and they help shape your core values, or you talk about a certain education, whether that's a formal education or maybe the School of Hard Knocks, right? That evokes emotion in you. When you share with people unique experiences that you've had, that evokes emotion in you. When you share with people struggles that you've had, that certainly evokes emotion in us, right? Because a lot of times we like to think that we make connection based on potential. But the reality is a lot of times it's the pain that has gone on in our lives. And so again, I don't want you to suppress that pain. I want you to celebrate it and open up yourself to other people because that'll have that sort of that affinity towards each other. And then, of course, the scripting. So the scriptings to me is, 90% of this is really born into us at a very early age. It's engineered into us as far as our DNA goes. And then the early age of our childhood, based on our parents or our upbringing, a lot of this has those scriptings into us. So this is a big, big part that I really want for all of you in any first conversation before you get into the products and the services. The way that I coach this is before I tell you what I do, let me tell you what I believe, and let me tell you why I believe it. And let's make sure that we're in alignment with our beliefs, within our core values. Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Any relationship, any partnership is going to get bumpy, especially for my friends in financial services or real estate or mortgage, right? Anything to do with housing, banking, financial, it's not a matter of if there's going to be some ups and downs. It's a matter of when. And when that happens, I need to make sure that we're in alignment. So this is such a powerful concept for all of you to really do the heavy lifting. And remember, this is going to be hard for a lot of us because we have to kind of peel back that onion layers, right? So a lot of people, when I'll ask them, like, what is your belief statement? They're like, well, I believe, buying a house is one of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make. Like, listen, no offense, but I've heard that from almost every single realtor I've ever coached or I've ever worked with, right? And so you have to go deeper into that. Like that doesn't really do anything emotionally for me. So I would just keep asking you the question, why do you believe that? Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that, right? And that really gets down to those core values. And the more onions that you peel, the more teary-eyed that you get. And I just think about this when I tell my own story, right? Like I believe trained always outperform untrained. That's a belief statement that I have. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. That's my belief statement. That's my tagline. That's my motto. It's why I believe that proves to you why I do what I do. So before I tell you what I do, let me tell you what I believe. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe this because great coaches make us have conversations we don't want to have. They make us do things we really don't want to do, but they help us become something we never thought that we could become on our own. And I just thank the good Lord for all the great coaches in my life. I seriously would be dead in a gutter if it wasn't for my middle school coaches, my high school coaches seeing the potential in me, right? And I talk about this because I grew up small town Michigan. I grew up poor in a trailer. And my dad was an alcoholic most of my life. My mom was working multiple jobs to support my sister and I. We lived out in the middle of nowhere. And so I would literally, because sports was my release, I would VHS record athletes. Like Ray Allen, shooting a jump shot. Alex Rodriguez hitting a baseball. Greg Maddux throwing a baseball. And I would VHS just sit there and watch these guys over and over and mimic their activities in our little living room there. And then once it was nice out because I lived in Michigan, I would actually go outside. And I would back up 60 feet, 6 inches, and I'll throw that baseball into a fence over and over and over again. And so why do I tell you that? Is because every step of the way throughout my life, I've studied successful people, internalized it. So I self-teach myself by studying others, internalizing it, and then going out there and doing that. And so it's no surprise now, at the age of 29, I get a PhD in human performance, which is literally the study of human behavior and sciences and the movement and within others. Right? But I never really pieced all this together until I did this exercise, this turn your mess into your message. So that's what I would want for all of you is before I get into my products and my services and all those kinds of things, I know those are important to you. I first want to tell you what I believe and why I believe it and why I really do what I do. And not only will that help you be in alignment with other people, but it will tap back into your why. It'll tap into your purpose and help you profit from your own purpose because of that. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. What you do simply proves what you believe. So if you want to learn more on this concept, go to pitchintomoney.com. I have like a 30 to 45 minute additional course that goes much, much deeper into this concept. I'm happy to give it away for free, just as a value add. But I do believe that this is one of the first habits that you can build and develop within your marketing message is turning your pitch into money, turning your mess into your message. Let's have a great week. As always, I believe everybody needs a coach in life. If you're looking for more coaching from me, go to 90daysales.com. If you're looking for a speaker for an upcoming event, go to brucelund.com, and I'm happy to connect with you there.